electrocuted by Alan's electrifying personality. You just touch my arm and then bust up. Anyways, hi
That's
everybody.
just a static shock, bro. I just walked on purpose.
Pretty much. Honestly, dude, I wonder, I don't know if they touch on that on that series, but like static shock, like does he like, high five a friend like, yeah, we won the basketball game or whatever. I don't say basketball, but we won the basketball game, and then like all of a sudden like his friends like, this is it, fuck shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure that probably. It's been a long time that I watched it. I'm sure that was like early. That's very early superhero stuff where the first like month they don't really know how to control their power, so they're either like, oh, they accidentally break stuff. Like that's always you see that movies all the time where, oh, hey, I accidentally got like 10 times more strength. Oh crap! I just destroyed my whole table by accidentally getting up to that. That's a very common thing. So I'm sure it happened a couple of times, but no one's gonna sit there and go, oh, I got shocked by you. Do you have powers?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like that'd be a good reason for them to be like, oh, that's how I found out. Like you got some fucking issues. Where the fuck? Trying to watch it. That's like what the Tick makes fun of. That was a weird sentence, but I don't feel like you got anything wrong. It was just weird for me to say. Chris McGowan.
Yes,
go ahead.
The Tick was an old. They did a live action version of it on Amazon, but it was an old show from back when superheroes were big. So it's very like one of the first times they did kind of this meta superhero kind of stuff. It wasn't necessarily meta like Deadpool, but it was kind of like a bunch of superhero stuff going on, and it was just kind of basically not necessarily making fun, but like just talk about the tropes of superheroes at the time.
Yeah, McGowan over here saying that he liked the animated Tick show, then he's looking forward to Last Dragon retro review. So I didn't even know anything about this Last Dragon thing. I watched some of it earlier when I was getting clips for Corey. And this is one of the most ridiculous blaxploitation fucking movies in a while. So it should be a really fun show because it's a retro movie review, but like Corey's not really listing this as like a bad movie roast or whatever. But I'm telling you, this could have easily been a bad movie roast with like Billy laughing at every fucking like 10 minutes on some of the ridiculous shit that happens in this film. So it is what it is. Elite, what's up, peoples? To you too, man. What's up, people?
Elite's in the chat.
Yes, man. Jet's like, let me in. Well, you're not trying to get in. Oh, now you are. Okay, there we go. I don't know what the fuck happened. Clifford Killer Milkman, George Bush doesn't care about black people. No, he does not. But no.
Bro, are you trying to get us banned on? Oh wait, no. He's talking about minorities. If you talk about white people, then we get banned on.
Yeah,
that's
there you go.
Works, right?
Yep, exactly. That's as every website should be. CNCJ man, thank you very much for following. I really appreciate that. And Corey can be starting very, very soon with the Sunday service and all that stuff. But the thing is, though, I said Clifford the colored milkman, the Clifford the colored milk dog. Here's the thing, though. Before I continue making an ass out of myself, I'm gonna go ahead and let Jet make an ass out of me. Jet, how you doing?
You look brighter today. Did you change your lighting?
No, I did not at all. But like, here's the thing: is like I had to reset settings anyways because of the fact that like the computer froze and like it undoes every setting that I have possible. And then remember my camera fell last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I probably look like I'm in a different spot, and the sun sent me differently. And then now people welcome. It's the daylight savings time day. Like it's like almost like a fucking holiday, but it feels like a nightmare.
I like you. I like you better this way because the other way made you seem more like the Grim Reaper because everything was blending in.
I like looking like the Grim Reaper, but what the
No,
fuck is up with this piece of hair
like,
here?
Like, dude, you're not going to be in the remake of The Crow. Stop trying to get the audition.
Why don't you say that shit to your boy Robert Pattinson? Like, what the fucking...
No, he might actually get it.
Also, too, by the way, you have the same long hair I do, and it also goes like this sometimes. So, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I actually, like, I got this going on.
Yeah, well, I want to hide my fucking face. I'm not trying to be the Crow, but I'm trying to hide my face. I mean, like...
You literally are.
Yeah, actually, matter of fact, I've been wanting to do this. So we're back to this now. Chad, how's it going? Gene says Nick is sitting on a gigantic glazed donut. What the fuck?
I don't know what that means. I also want to point out, don't point Nick that I insult you or say you look bad. I just said you try to look like the Crow.
I know, but you know what? I consider that an insult because you know what?
How?
A fat guy trying to look the Crow, guess who that is? Fat Crow. Basic math. There you go. I don't want to be fat.
That's
Crow.
not math. This is linguistics. Like, there's no math at all.
Ryan said you got a borderline mullet.
Oh, he does though.
And
hey, business and friend party up in the
well, you say like oh no, yeah, and the fuck you gonna do about it?
Well, did you ever watch Joe Dirt?
No, but my brother called me the Arab Joe Dirt for a while.
Yeah, he doesn't have to add the Arab part.
I don't know.
Because that feels like a little extra, like like, oh, you're the Arab version. It's like worse or something. It's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Like shit. You know what? I feel like that's.
Well, I mean, no one wants to be called Joe Dirt because Joe Dirt sucks.
No, yeah, Joe Dirt's fucking great.
That was the second part of that. That movie kind of sucks. I like David Spade at the time, but that movie kind of sucks.
No, I will say, dude, fucking Joe Dirt, I think is a pretty good movie. And then also too, David Spade. That's the first time he was able to like be his own guy, be his own comedic actor, and actually like carry a movie on his own back. No bullshit. And then also too,
No, it
Joe
kind
Dirt
of
the
did.
character. Did you stop it? And then also, Kid Rock's in that movie. So new Metal Fever. Fuck yes. And then he gets the girl, that the big titty white girl, and I'm like, oh,
Wait, are
Oh
congratulations,
you?
Joe
yeah,
Dirt.
oh yeah. That's something so fucking different. Someone who doesn't deserve literally a woman on screen
It's
gets her.
different for
Yeah.
David Spade. David Spade
No, it's
never got
not.
girls before that. Oh, really? Name a movie before fucking Joe Dirt. Should I put my camera back on or no?
Yes.
All
I
right.
feel like I feel like we're talking about like, witness protection right now.
You should, bitch.
Why?
Because you're an asshole. Anyways, oh, Habibi, what the fuck does that mean? Oh,
Habibi, my love, basically.
oh, okay.
Uh,
Sorry.
he asked, Elite asked what Arab I am, and I said Lebanese. For people that actually can understand what that means, Lebanese.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm sorry for like saying like, what the fuck is that? Like all mad and shit. But
Well, it's
you know,
you. No, trust me, there have been way worse. As a mutual dumbass of ours, when I didn't know the English word for the scrub in the shower, I didn't know what the English word is, so I called it life because that's what we call it in my language. What the fuck does that mean? I'm like, okay, bro, you don't know how to shower, so don't
no. By
fucking
the
yell at me.
way, oh, you ain't on the shower, ganja. I'm telling. No.
Not gotcha, not gotcha.
Oh, like after the
Hey, you
show,
thought I
tell
was
me.
talking about gotcha?
I thought you were talking about ganja, yeah. Because he's the
No,
one.
no.
I
With,
mean,
fine.
I would have thought so. I mean, I wouldn't have said anything.
No,
I
I
would have
mean,
been like, yeah.
gotcha barely showers. But I wasn't talking about him.
okay. After the show, I want you to tell me because I'm so
Yeah,
curious.
yeah, yeah. I'll
Um,
text it to you just so I can get the reaction on stream.
Okay, cool. Because Elite, by the way, Lufa, they call that, and that's like an American thing. So it's like it's not that bad. It's not like a like
Yeah,
you're not
it's
like
not.
crazy for Lifa, whatever the fuck. Like yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's not in Lufa. It's probably just a bastardization of it, or it's just Italian.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dude that surrounds himself in dog poop. Wow. Okay.
Who probably hasn't showered since 2003.
Yeah. Guy, I scrubbed that neck. No. So, anyways, Gene says, I know who you're talking about. You do. I didn't even know. But whatchamacallit, ganja just smells like weed, man. I've actually.
Look,
You
don't
know.
ask me because I'd be like, I guess he smells like a person because.
Oh yeah, you
Weed.
can't smell unless brothers and sisters are having sex. I get you.
Shut the fuck up.
Weed, farts,
Not
wet
farts.
rocks, and mud.
Not farts. Let's not
I mean,
talk shit about when you
no,
can't defend
okay,
yourself.
okay. The man shot himself and farted like in front of us multiple times, so it's like I gotta.
Well, you
get
couldn't
that-
smell it though, and
That's
we
the-
only knew
that's-
because the sound. It was like, brrr, like it was fucking like, wah, I
No,
farted.
Ganja told this story to us, and he would tell this story on the fucking stream. One time we were just chilling, me and him, and I heard the story like almost a year later, 2 years later. We were just chilling, we were having a good time, and apparently he had the force to fart.
Mhm.
But you know what happens when you force a fart? He accidentally shat himself. The thing
Yeah.
is, he didn't want to tell me because we were in the middle of a deep conversation. You know, I was telling about my plans for the future and all that stuff, and he wanted to, support me there. But he's also in shit, and he's like wondering if I was ever gonna smell it, and I wasn't because one, we were outside, and two, my sense of smell doesn't fucking exist. So I guess at some point during the night, he just waddles in, and then eventually tells everyone else but me till years later.
No, what's funny is like for one, he told that story in the show. So and that this is during when me and you broke up. So like
Oh, yeah.
he was already like telling that story then. But then
Yeah,
also
we were
I remember
banned.
that day. I came out there because this is like the second to last day you were gonna be in Vegas. You're about to leave.
yeah.
So I actually remember going outside and I saw him like kind of like go back to the bathroom like this, like
Oh,
and I
you
was
guys
like,
saw him. That's funny.
yeah, and like I remember like in my head I didn't say anything, but in my head I was like, he looks like he shit himself. And like the fucking next day he's like, hey dude, yesterday I shat myself. I'm like, god damn.
Literally over there shitting in his doo-doo ass.
Dude, we went to this fucking area that's like this, I don't know what you call it, but it's like the special plaza, whatever, in Las Vegas. It's right by the, I can't remember any names or anything. But like, you know when everyone got shot, that tall ass building at the hotel, and they had a concert and
Yeah.
someone shot everybody? We were
Sure.
by there. And we went to go eat somewhere. Or no, we watched AMC. That's when we watched Sonic, the Sonic movie. And
Oh
we left.
yeah.
And afterwards, we're going to eat somewhere, so in that same little plaza. But everybody else in the area pretty much left. So we were just by ourselves, just a crazy ass crew, me, you, Jet, Roxy, Ganja. And Ganja farts, and that shit like reverberated like audibly like throughout the whole fucking plaza, like because it's just echoes. So you can hear like a fart travel sound. It's like like a fucking
Man, at least a super.
yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy. But yeah, it was pretty much amazing. Ryan says you didn't eat at Olive Garden. I want to just because of Alan building that up. Like he makes it sound like it's a good place, but I highly doubt it's really that interesting.
I mean, I had Olive Garden way before the Sonic movie because this was again the mutual dumbass of ours. Back before I went to America the first time, I believe I always wanted to go to Olive Garden because in Canada we often I grew up on American television, Most of television came out with stuff that came with Cartoon Network, and oh, thank you for following. I'm trying to
Thank
get
you
that
for that
name.
follow. Appreciate that.
Ardunalu. There we go.
Yeah, Ardunlu? No, it's Ardunlu. Okay.
Ardunlu. There we go.
They're saying, Gala Tosasre, Element Barca through. Well, I don't know what you said, but hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Somebody got eliminated from something. I'm not sure what though.
Okay, well, we'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this is not like a bad thing. I'm gonna see. Callan created not too long ago. I'm gonna see if everything's cool, but I might have to be getting rid of you. So don't be pulling no goddamn
We'll see
shit.
what ends up happening. I completely forgot what's.
Oh yeah, Olive Garden. The reason why you wanted to go there because American television, things like that.
Yeah, we grew up on American television, so everything I got Cartoon Network, comedies, all those specifically American networks, and some would bleed into Canada, but they'd also bleed the commercials. So I constantly saw Olive Garden commercials all the fucking time, and how commercials are the most basic form of propaganda. It always made it seem like an incredible place, but we never had it in my country. We had every single other international chain, the McDonald's, Burger King, all that fucking shit, but we never had the Olive Garden, and they always made it seem fucking amazing. Like anyone that's ever seen a Disneyland fucking commercial, Marineland. Everyone loves Marineland. I don't fucking know anything about Marineland, but I guess I love it because everyone does. You always heard that shit. So I go on at the time I called the Midnight Chat Attack, and I was like, I want to go to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And I just get ridiculed. People calling me a dumb fuck. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? That's your dream? What fucking loser? I'm like, sorry to shit on y'all parade because I want to go to fucking Olive Garden. I didn't mean to insult your mothers. Like, the fuck's wrong with you guys? And it was weeks on end.
I remember, well, that was another thing with that, and that same particular person was fucking with you over your name, like the Ali Aladdin situation or whatever.
Oh, God.
So it's just like that person would make a joke of anything. And, like, I know that our chat over here does that all the time, too. They make jokes about me all the time. But, like, I will say, like, I do hope that people understand, like, where the cutoff is for making the same fucking joke over and over again and then, like, getting that mixed up with, then, like, is this really part of your character? It's like, dude, it's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'm fine with jokes and I make fun of myself a lot. We all make fun of it. There's a certain level of respect that Mutual Dumbass refuses to fucking ever show. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's what ends up getting me mad. But it was just like it was two people in particular that would not let it go for so fucking long that I almost like again at one point we ended up going. It was me and Ganja and a couple of and Ruthless I think was there as well. And I posted a photo and it was a wonderful dinner with friends because I finally got to go. And then there's just this fucking 40 comment thread, like fucking continuing assaulting because apparently I can't even enjoy a meal at Olive Garden without being fucking insulted. At one point he goes, you should have real Italian food. I'm like, I went to New York the year prior. I went to a real Italian restaurant. So it's like, I fucking did both. What the fuck you want from me?
You know what's funny though? This particular person, so somebody who watches them, I'm not going to say your name, person who messaged me, but they just messaged me right now on the show, like in my Twitch, on a whisper, and they're like, yeah, I had to cut him off too. He's a piece of shit. They actually knew who it was. So, yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like we're honestly like that story is such an end story. It's such a story that you have to be part of the afterwards to really know that story. The fact that someone still knew what you were talking about means that that person must have told them that story, and they're just like, yeah, that guy's a piece of shit. So it's just crazy how fucking awful that person is. That it's that easy to decipher who you're talking about. But yeah,
it's like the smallest thing too. It's like, look, I say dumb shit all the time. Of course I do. Like. I don't get offended. That's the thing. It's fine. It's like, oh, hey, people fucking, talk shit about my opinion. I deal with Nick shit all the goddamn fucking time. You should have been around when fucking PS4 Spider-Man came out. We still argue about that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like when there's a mutual respect between two people, cool. Let's have some fucking fun. No, you're not. You're literally
how did you even see me say that?
I watched the disc, the fucking Zoom.
What the fuck is Italian shit?
What do you think? I just look at the fucking stream? And
yeah,
by the way,
I thought you were looking at the chat or something.
Stream,
actually, what I think you're actually really doing? I think you're looking at like a motion capture of like your camera, so you can look at your own face and go like, "I'm Helen, I'm so hot," or whatever the fuck. Like I think you're doing some shit like that.
I mean, yeah, don't we all?
No, I don't.
Jet does.
Well, yeah, because she's fucking hot. She's sexy as shit.
Oh, what? I'm ugly? Is that what you're trying to say, man?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, fine. I'm just gonna comb my hair in anger.
No, because you've called me ugly on the show before. You've said
literally.
You said I got a big head.
You've
literally said, dude, you got a huge fucking head.
I've never said that. Your head is normal. You have a big ego.
Oh, that's what you meant by big head.
You have a big fucking ego. I probably said don't let it go to your head, as in you have a big fucking ego.
I could have sworn with you. I don't know. I don't know how to prove it, but one of these days we'll revisit this. Because I just feel like, like I was probably on the show talking about something. He's like, yeah, you got a big ego. Hopefully you can fit in that big fucking head of yours, you fat fuck, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how you know that wasn't me, because I've done nothing but compliment your image on the fucking show.
Yeah, because you're gay. No, I'm just playing.
I'll take that as a win.
Yeah, because at a certain point, it's like I'm trying to make you look bad, and then I had to do that. So what an asshole!
Exactly.
I hate me. Oh man, someone should fire me. So the thing is,
I mean, honestly, we could. Someone make a poll in the chat. We'll fire him by the end of the show.
yeah, and Jet's the boss too. So if she says whatever she says goes. So I was like, oh fuck, sorry.
Hey, that actually is true. I'm actually the manager here.
I know.
I know it's supposed to be joking, but she kind of is. She tells us what to do sometimes.
Oh no, I wasn't joking. I actually am.
Yeah, she is. She literally.
Okay, never fucking mind. This is now just the weirdest show of what, The Prophet, or what's the show you always watch?
Yeah, The Prophet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the last part of your sentence? I'm sorry.
When you don't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah, this is Prophet. Yeah.
He always does that. We're just chilling at a call sometimes. I gotta go watch Prophet. I'm like, okay, fine, fuck me then.
No, I will say, like, there's moments where I can't stand myself as a friend. Like, if I was my own friend, I would fucking hate me. But like today, we're in a call with some old friends, and they're probably watching. So hey guys, but we're talking, and then like at a certain point, it went into a conversation that I was like still kind of into, but not as much. And I was like, hey guys, I don't care. I'll be right back. And I just left for like an hour.
You just said that out loud, or were you thinking that?
Yeah, just because the thing is, I'm such a dick that people think that I'm joking when I say like, hey guys, I can't stand you, I'm leaving. And they're like, oh, like he's just being Nick Diaz. He's gonna go get something to eat. No, like I really can't stand you, and I'm leaving. I'll see you when I feel like dealing with your stupid fucking voice. So yeah, but no, but it was fun. If you guys are watching there, old homies of mine, it was fun. Cool.
Definitely old.
Yeah, they are old.
After that.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna go hang with them too. It's like, oh, we saw what you said. It's like, well, fuck you. But anyways, Marissa, sometimes I wonder if you think that when disappeared during the after hours. Sometimes I do. I will say, Mauricio, there's a person that we talked about last night. I'm not gonna name who they are, but there's a person that I talked about who is actually my friend. I'm not. This is not like an asshole. He's cool. But when other people seem to try to entertain that person, I'm like, you know what? I can't get a word in edgewise. I'm gonna go work, and I just fucking
I know
take
what you
off.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like if someone is of a certain popularity or a certain like whatever, and everyone's like out joking each other, like, dude, there's times where motherfuckers can't even get a joke in, and this is a thing that like happened in school and everything too, or I'm sure happens like at DT parties where Corey's around and everyone's like, I gotta make Corey laugh. Yeah, one part in one movie, man, shit's stupid, and then some person else comes in, it's like, dude, Corey can't like laugh at all of your guys' jokes. Like, why don't you guys just buy him a drink, chill, hang out? He ain't going nowhere. Like, let's all just hang out.
Because everyone wants to have that memorable. They want to see if they can get that memory. So, Corey can remember. It's like, no, it's like at the end of the day, it's like if Corey remembers you, you fucked up. Like, let's be real here. You did some dumb shit. Like, or you fucking saved his life in fucking car accident or some shit. Like there's really that shit because there's so many people that show up to those fucking things. Like, I've met Corey like 5 separate times. I don't think he remembers me at all.
He
met
does.
him like 6. Probably not.
Because he remembers guys like Ryan and stuff too, and Mauricio and everything. Here's the thing that Mauricio said. But I wanted to make sure to put something out here that you guys, and I'm telling the truth. I'm not trying to just make you stop doing shit. But like, there's, and hopefully you don't mind me saying this, Alan. But your friend Mike, he's been on many not TikTok, but Instagram videos and IG stories and whatever from Corey. And it's not that Mike is trying to get Corey's attention. He's not in there like, I'm going to show off so Corey can fucking notice me. No, Mike is actually a talented rapper, and he's a talented dancer, and he just does stuff. So he'll just go do something, and he's just enjoying himself, and then people flock to him, and then Corey goes, oh, that's cool that Mike's doing that. Let me record him. That's how he gets attention, because he's just enjoying himself. He's not trying to impress anybody. He just likes to do shit. So, like, that's, don't be someone who's like, oh, Corey, Limp Beaker, please record me, or whatever, just
if you didn't figure it out by now, holy shit.
Yeah, no shit, right?
You must have been terrible at Hangman.
Yeah. Well, that's the only I could think of. Like, okay, the other one. Hey, is this racist, this pillow? I know you're watching too, guy, God. The one with the racist pillow, but, like, man, like, you would have, like, had a lot of shit not happen if you were just cool. But live guys are cool. That's the thing too. Is like there's a lot of people that will try to do something and like they don't notice how awesome they are just by chilling, just sitting down drinking. I'm like, I love the guy. Like, everyone that we met like in New York and everything, dude. Like, there wasn't no crazy thing that happened. There was nothing crazy like Chicago John breaking the car or whatever.
Yo, nothing will ever top that fucking night. We got kicked out of a bar at like 1 a.m.
But it's still fun though. Like we just went to go see a movie and it's like fuck yeah. Like let's just go watch a movie and hang out, together and shit. So I don't know. Anyways, so sorry for accidentally calling out people, but like you guys are cool. Everyone's cool. Happy.
No, you know who you are.
Well, except for that one person, but Felix, I'm gonna say I mean anything by my joke. It's just want to give an example. Plus, I'm pretty sure at this point he's like, man, I'm the watermelon guy with the fucking pillow. Like that's a crazy story that Corey tells like every week. But yeah, dude. Anyways, aside from that though, if you guys are curious about Double Toes Las Vegas stuff, I know that this is early. I mean, we're doing a pre-show.
Oh, did they
right
confirm that?
Well, they confirmed somewhat that he's trying to make this happen in September. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and I know people already know this. Corey brings it up every single show, but some people might like miss it or something. So, just to let you guys know, like that shit actually is really fun. So if you guys want to do that, just know that September is when he's gonna be trying to do that. So prepare because it is cool. And if I'm there and lots of other like people that we hang around with, we spend most of our times just chilling with the people. So like you don't have to worry about not having shit to do or whatever. Like there's always something to do when you go around with like-minded people. So
Exactly.
anyways, I want to bring up a couple things though, dude. So we haven't done topics in a very long time. I want to get your opinion on a certain topic. This one being the Penguin. HBO Max orders a Penguin limited series as the Batman clocks $301 million at the global box office. Dude, I'm fucking hyped about this. I thought it was officialized like before the movie came out. I don't know why I thought that, but the fact that it is officialized now, dude. Like, are you hyped? Because this is gonna be cool.
Not really, because I thought they would have kept him around for the movies and made that work. Not because the Colin Farrell's like a big name actor, but just because they probably want to focus and not oversaturate. I think that Warner Brothers is a little bit like they've had a lot of good DC shows for a while, like mostly on CW, but they haven't necessarily had the prestige that the Marvel shows have had because the Marvel shows were directly connected to the MCU. So fans of the MCU flocked to Disney Plus, and that helped keep their subscriptions up, and everyone was happy. I think they're like, hey man, we're releasing this movie in theaters. We're gonna put it on HBO Max. We want people to flock to HBO Max, much like for the same way we're gonna Batman because they have two spin-off shows. They have this one, they have the Arkham series. So you have two Batman-related shows within the same universe, and yeah, it'll probably work. Much like how all the MCU shows are in the MCU as well. Loki, Hawkeye, Captain Falcon, like shit like that. I am worried that because I'm worried that they're gonna oversaturate that they're just gonna do it just for name recognition. It could be amazing, but I feel like they're gonna stretch Matt Reeves so much because like what he'd be executive producing two shows plus possibly making a sequel because that movie's what $400 million globally. Like they're getting a sequel. Give that man a trilogy, but like I'm worried they're gonna stretch it too thin and turn it into like what was it, a Jordan Peele situation.
Oh yeah, that would be ridiculous if they kind of go that route. Like the guy who brought you the Batman, or like the guy who acted as a guy who was in the movie with the guy with the Batman. Like
the guy that brought coffee to the dude on the set of the Batman.
Yeah, it's like Jesus fucking Christ. But no, I'm really hyped for this. But Jet, so we didn't really talk too much about this because when you gave your review, you were essentially like, look, I thought the movie was good. Leave me the fuck alone. But what are your thoughts of a Penguin show? Would you watch it, considering how good the Batman was?
I don't watch any of these superhero shows whatsoever. If you were to ask me if I watch any, I'd quickly tell you no.
Well, shit.
I am movies only. That is where my shit ends, at movies.
So wait, so even if I told you like for the show, I gotta watch this, Jet. So join me because I'm gonna put this on in the call.
You can put it on the background, but I am gonna be honest with you. I am most likely looking at my phone the entire time.
I can't believe this.
No, she's gonna go watch The Prophet.
Yeah, she should. Prophet's a good show. That's pretty awesome. But no, I'm looking at this. So, I do hope that they don't like make this as dark as the fucking as a movie, and I mean dark as in like
literally, because like that movie's like the movie's at like 2% brightness the whole time.
Yeah, and like I do want to be adult, but like I don't want some weird thing where like because he is the Penguin, and like the reason why that character was even a character in the first place because it's how crazy he is and how vibrant his like acting is and like his loud demeanor, like I'm the Penguin, fuck you, like whatever. If this becomes a show where it's like Sopranos, but yet it's not as hardcore as Sopranos because it's fucking Batman or it's DC, whatever, that would be kind of lame. It's like, all right, you guys got lucky with the Batman, but don't get so. Poopball28, best fucking name yet, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for following. I like Poopball. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense to me. Poopball.
The thing is, like, when it comes to the show, there's a lot they can do. Is the Penguin? He has a very large history, and if they want to do something like Sopranos, but with in the DC universe, you can easily do it. Hell, this movie kind of shows like, yeah, small crowd. It just depends. Are they gonna do a prequel or are they gonna do a sequel? Because the sequel, it's like maybe they can pull it off. A prequel, maybe it'll work a little better because Batman will still be in the background. Because at the end of the day, it's like people are gonna complain, oh, there's no Batman in the show, but it's like, well, we're focusing on the Penguin. And we could easily just do maybe his rise up, deal with Falcone, deal with Maroni. You could do a lot of cool stuff with that. It could work really, really well. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm just worried about the quality of the show because like I thought Boba Fett was gonna be this great crime show in the Star Wars universe, ended up just
Oh
being
yeah.
mostly bullshit. Whereas I don't want that same situation because I love Colin Farrell's Penguin. I generally do not like the Penguin as a character. I just think they never know what to do with him. So he's either like this super thick accent Italian mobster, or he's just some fucking like weirdo like incel. I'm like, okay, I don't really know what the fuck you're ever doing with this character. This time they decide to go with the mob boss and make it really good, but he's not pathetic as they sometimes make him be. So it's like you could easily get something good out of it, but I don't know. I'd have to see an episode before I really make a decision.
So really quick, Alan, I'm gonna
What's
do
that?
a very very easy segue into our next thing. Okay.
Okay.
I found a picture of you watching Turning Red,
Oh my god.
and you're this person, right there, just holding your
Oh, you
nose,
mean
going,
Baby Adrian?
yeah.
Dude,
That's
like that's not a
hilarious.
compliment. All I could think of that's Baby Adrian.
That's fucking great. But here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Cause look, and here's the thing. Like, cause we might fight with this. I'm gonna be honest.
What's up?
And the thing is like, when I say shitty things about you, I don't want you to think I'm talking behind your back. I say shit when you're not there because you're not there, but I'm not talking shit behind your back. It's just you're not there for me to say it to your face. Okay.
Okay.
When you message me saying, "Man, like 3 minutes in, I already kind of hate this." I literally was like, "What the fuck is he talking? How the fuck can you? What the fuck?" I was like, I was really, really irritated with you saying that. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
you text me, pay attention. I yell back, pay me.
yeah, well, no, but like, how the fuck? Like, with a movie like this, dude, there's nothing they can do in this whole hour unless like it was like really ridiculous or like something that was disrespectful or for adults or whatever. How can you get something out of this that makes you like that mad? Like, I'm really, really shocked.
When
And
I'm dealing with some of the cringiest, was it not POV or just like even that? Oh my god, just that
what are they just
animation.
dancing?
That character has one fucking note in the entire time, and just that oh my fucking god, just immediately starting off with one of those obnoxious characters I've ever fucking seen. Just trying to do this weird like, hey, this is my
So
life. What's up?
so 2000s kids.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my fucking god. I'm looking at this going, I hate every single thing I'm seeing on screen. I hate this character. I hate all of her fucking friends. Everything is one fucking note. Like, it's only 3 minutes. Maybe it'll get better. No, it just stays like that the whole goddamn fucking time. Though, for some fucking reason, they decided to set in Toronto, which, I mean, hey, fucking Canada representation, but not like I give a flying fuck. It took so long. The only time this movie gets somewhat decent is a little bit further in. And well,
I'll
tell
be
Corey I say
right
fucking
back.
hi as I continue this rant.
Big farts.
I just fucking could not stand all the characters. Everyone was incredibly obnoxious. Like you watch this stuff, like I know it's a different
Huh?
studio. I don't give a shit who made Encanto. Encanto's like, okay, you know, kids there. It feels like not necessarily trying to be like capture a generation, but they're being kids and they're the hope and all the stuff that you write with key characters. Everyone here was just so fucking obnoxious. I felt like I was going back in time, not necessarily watching this generation, but watching my generation on television at the time. I felt like I was back in 2004 watching shitty like kids shows in 2004. I'm like, this is so fucking cringy. Every word is cringy, and whatever they're trying to do, as far as like the whole like I won't go too much into the movie because I feel like it just came out. But as far as like their whole message that they're trying to go throughout this fucking movie, it just gets kind of lost because I could not give a fuck about the characters, and the characters themselves don't really seem to grow that much over the course of the movie. You just get kind of told they learn shit, but every now and then when they try to do the, I guess the Pixar magic, that they actually manage to do that a little well. But the problem is, it's in between some of the worst fucking kids acting I've ever seen. Some of the music was okay, but some of the worst like fucking boy bandisms that I've seen in a while, and everybody on screen was just infuriating and insufferable to watch.
Yeah, you're being way too harsh on this. I feel like you're being way too harsh, mostly because of the fact that it's stuff that you didn't like and you hated growing up with. Which honestly isn't fair given the review. Like you're going off way
How am I
way
going
too
off
fucking
so hard? I could not stand any of the characters.
You're
on
like
screen.
I got the complete opposite thing from you. I remember these type of people, and honestly, most of them were fairly nice, a little bit weird, but it's just like, yeah, if you knew someone like this, you're just like, oh, I remember that fucking kid. I remember that fucking kid. If anything, I enjoyed this because I knew people like this.
Nah, I just looked at every single person here, and I'm just like, you guys.
No,
are
you mean you
so
have
up
the
your own
complete
asses.
opposite. You mean you have the complete opposite opinion. I absolutely loved everyone in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, and me too.
Yeah, there's no one in this movie that I hated, and everyone who did seem like they would actually get on my nerves actually ended up honestly being pretty great.
Yeah, because that's where I was too. Like, I mean, like there's some things obviously that was kind of like it's a little stupid or whatever, but it's a kids movie, so you gotta keep in mind that like certain things are gonna be like goofy or whatever because it's supposed to be supposed to have a good time. But as far as like the kids though, like I remember kids acting like that back in the day. The songs they picked actually matched. And the biggest thing about this, I'm really shocked that you're not a big fan of it, Alan, is like the what's the word you're using, Jet? Like the generational something something.
This movie is 100% generational trauma, just like
Yeah.
Encanto, and just like
Oh,
the
yeah.
short right before Encanto. Like, I feel like Disney is currently doing this generational thing. Actually, a lot of movies right now, animated movies, are doing this generational trauma thing right now. Even the short before Encanto, having to do with a family of raccoons, deals with generational trauma. Fucking Disney's trying to say something.
Well, no,
Especially when it deals with fucking moms and grandmas, like especially the maternal figures.
Yeah.
And that was the only part of the movie I enjoyed. I really enjoyed that. Much why I loved Encanto or Kanto, however you pronounce it, was the generational trauma. Because again, I know what that's fucking like entirely as a family in a family of immigrants. But it was just everything else around the movie. Just was it felt like I was watching a shitty so a shitty animated like Disney special fucking movie that they'd always show around that time when I was a kid. Where like I get what message you wish you were doing, but like it's so overcrowded by some of just the cringiest fucking dialogues and the cringiest character moments, and it's like this weird thing, like, oh, you turned into a giant monster, and now we're treating it.
I feel like this movie should resonate with you more because it feels like you're basically trying to avoid the stuff that you grew up with and whatever. You rather avoid it rather than taking it head on and be like, yes, this shit did happen.
Well, no, that shit did fucking happen, but it was just like I know I was cringe back then. I remember some of my bullshit back then, like everyone does. But like looking at this, I'm like, oh god, this was just hard to fucking watch. It wasn't until
it was cringe. It was cringe, bro. We were watching it too, but we're not just like, oh my god, we can't fucking watch this. I fucking hate it. I can't fucking stand this. It's just like, oh yeah, I remember that, but that's so far away. It's just like, man, that's actually kind of funny that they're actually doing movies about this now.
No, the only time I ever like found myself somewhat enjoying the movie was when they were talking about the history, when they were actually having the few bonding moments, when they were talking about the generational trauma. I'm like, okay, I'm actually starting to enjoy this a little bit more. And then they just cut to some stupid fucking bullshit, and I'm just like, oh my god, pick a tone, please.
Yeah, I mean, like
the tone's there. The tone is growing up. Like puberty is fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, but like I do not to because like here's the thing. I love this movie. I'm actually gonna wrap up just what I think in general because I'd rather watch you two go. But like, but my thing is like to Alan's point, like there's a part where like we really have a really big character moment like towards the end where she's like, I want to be this panda, and then like the mom does this thing and blah blah, and it's like this crazy thing, and then she twerks, and then keeps twerking, and then keeps twerking, and then keeps twerking. Then there's a bunch of shit going on in the background, all these other characters, and then she's twerking in the background, and then there's a big like physical dangerous moment that happens, and then she's still twerking. It's like we get it. She's twerking, like you know what I mean. It was just like one of those things, like
that part was probably the one part of the movie that I actually had a major problem with. Like I understand why she did it, and I mean it did work because of how like obviously I wouldn't say her mom super strict, but she just kind of like, oh, my baby would never be involved in anything that had to do with like this juvenile type dancing, which was big around that fucking time. Just like twerking, you're not a fucking slut. You're not over here wearing spandex and coochie cutters.
Oh, trust me, her mom's strict as fucking hell. Oh my god.
Well, she
like
is, but then like there's a part where I almost like kind of understood where the mom was coming from. Like when she goes to those friends and she kind of like yells at them like, "You're the ones who courted my fucking daughter. You did this, blah blah blah." It's like, well, yeah, and then she also brings up like, and you guys used my daughter when she started turning to a fucking panda. It's like, kind of, she's right, dude.
Not
like,
really. No. She wasn't. She was right a couple of times. Like the mom was actually like 50% right. Like there are times at the start of the movie, it's like, oh hey boys, you're too young, yada yada. That's fine. That's typical mom thing. But at one point when it's like, you're turning into a panda when you get excited, and your crazy crackhead wants to go to a fucking concert. Like I'm like, oh yeah, you're fucking 100% right. She can't control her shit, but like every kid, like moments like that, I'm, okay, that's actually like because they're playing around with an incredibly strict mom. And it's like, okay, you see the grandma, that makes a lot of sense. It got passed down. She didn't know how to deal with it, so it's the whole generational, stuff we're talking about. And it made sense that the kid doesn't really understand that, and she's learning how to describe that. That's cool as hell. I wish they did more of that throughout the movie. Not not everything else that they were doing in relation to this, where it's like the four townies, and I'm like, oh my god.
You need that stuff in order to tell this movie, because the thing is, the problem was the mom is basically losing the daughter that always followed all the rules and all that. Without them doing all that stuff that obviously kids of the 2000s were doing, it's just like you wouldn't have a movie.
Guru Sensei in the chat says I did like most people behind the scenes were women. John Lasseter would have never let that fly ever. The thing is though is like when it comes to having the people behind the scenes being women, I think that actually bleeds through pretty well. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like women do have a certain style when you're writing characters, and especially writing like young characters going through stuff.
Sure.
They're able to like bring out certain anxieties in the writing that I feel like I'd never even thought of myself. And those moments were very, very like effective. Like when she's going through like like she'll know she's gonna be having her period. Her mom's trying to get inside there, and she's like, "Oh fuck!" Even like the framing, like when she grabs like the fucking the shower curtain, and she's like,
"Oh yeah."
It's like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? But like, how many girls actually go through this? And how many girls have to go through like someone going to school with a pad? Hey, I have your pad. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I can see the pad through your pants. Like,
yeah.
Or like you when you start wearing a thong and whatever, and you bend down, and then all of a sudden the big group of boys basically sees your fucking thong like come out of your fucking pants, and then they yell, "Hey, I like that thong you got on."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but that's the thing though. It's like them doing that with this movie. I feel like like I'm glad the Guru Sensei brought that up. It's like, oh shit, well there you go. Like that's why. It is important to have women, write these storylines sometimes, especially if it's going to be dealing with female, growing.
Yeah, it's the important part of the diversity. It's not just diversity for diversity's sake. You want to be able to tell different stories, even if not necessarily like, oh, it just happens to be a Chinese couple. I believe they're Chinese. If I'm wrong, correct me. But like, it is a situation where it's like, yeah, it's not so much diversity for diversity's sake, but just so it's like, hey, even though we're different places of the world, people go through similar stuff. Like I understand. It's like I obviously didn't go through any of the stuff the girl's going through. Obviously, remove the panda, even just the general stuff of her growing up. I went through a very different kind of stuff, but it's like, okay, I knew people that went through that kind of shit. Of course I knew. We all did. And that's the important thing in there. It's like, if it's not going to connect to people like me, it's going to connect to somebody. And that's how you get a wider audiences and be able to tell different, more personal stories is by relating to a wider audience with different stories.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and like I said, like I haven't been through what these girls have been through, but then I've had my own puberty issues too. Like I remember one day I woke up, I just had this big sausage. Just this big fucking thick cock.
I'll never forget the first time I shaved my beard.
I thought you were saying something different.
What? Shaved by what? What the fuck? Shaved by ass?
Balls? Like
never, ever. I've never shaved my balls.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not making fun of you. But oh my God, Ryan! We literally.
That's by Manscaped.
We talked about this last night. Was it last night or was it today, Jet? And it wasn't about Alan. Well, he got brought up for a second. But someone asked me, would I ever do
Manscaped?
Like a HelloFresh or whatever. Like those sponsorships. And I brought up like, oh, the dick one, like Manscaped. Yeah. And then they're like, oh man, like you gotta have Alan do that. Like I just imagine him trying to get through it. And then I literally said, I was like, guys, he doesn't shave his balls. And they're like, how would you know that? I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out. I don't know. Like, I'll ask him one of these days. And then you brought it up right now. I'm like, holy shit.
Okay. That's why we didn't see the hair literally popping out of Alan's like fucking shirt. Of course he doesn't shave his fucking nuts.
Well, no, that's different because chest hair, that's a whole. I'm sorry, Alan.
No, the way he looked at me, like I thought you were gonna call me crazy. It's like, what do you mean you don't? How can you shave your balls? Like, am I getting shaved for not shaving? What the fuck?
Well, I mean that's the thing too. But like I need to be better at my timing of shaving balls and everything too. But like, there's a reason why Manscaped is like one of the biggest things out there. Like I'm wondering like what do you feel like when you see those sponsors? You just go like, who would ever buy that? I don't give a fuck.
No, I get it. People do there's a wide variety of reasons. I mean, most people won't grow out a fucking beard. I just grow it out because I like the way it evens out my face. Same reason I grow my hair out. It's like, but there's some people. It's like again, there are pictures of me where I look like a young Ben Shapiro. Like that, I'm never going back to that.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, guys, is like, if you're in a situation where you're kind of like Alan, you can also try for the first time. Go over here, 50% off just for you at manscaped.com. You go over there, they got, boxers, they got toiletry bags, all that cool stuff. Does it sound like I'm really doing like a sponsor? No?
Because he said 50% off instead of 15.
Fuck!
Man, we got fired. promo code chat attack.
Yeah.
That
promo
would be
code
so fucking...
we are not allowed to do this anymore.com. What the fuck?
No, I do actually from a podcast. They did their own sponsor thing, the Dollar Shave Club. So the grades I actually get are from Dollar Shave Club, and they work really fucking well.
Yeah, promo code Big Farm.
Do they let you pick your own promo code, or do they just sit there and
They
be like,
do.
okay, what's your podcast name? And you just generate it with like 15 or 50 or whatever the number is?
They do. Two Bears, One Cave. Sorry, I'm a huge fan, so I'm gonna name drop them any chance I get. They do this thing with Sava mattresses, and they're like, man,
Okay.
this bed's a shit. Hey, that should be our promo code. So it's sava.com/the shit, and you get like 20%.
Really? They got allowed to do that? Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I can't imagine like mattress company like saying the shit.
Yeah. Hey, you want 20% off a mattress? Just insert cow fucking into the coupon code.
Yeah, there we
You'll
go.
get 20.
Moo bitch or whatever.
There we go.
But anyways, no. But as far as Turning Red, yeah, like I feel like obviously there's a lot of things I can't really relate to, but then like I relate to comedy, I relate to having a good time. The red panda effects I thought were cool. I think this movie looked beautiful, but this is where I'm going to go into my rating, and then I'm going to say something that might spawn off another conversation that we can have. But me, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. I tried my best to think like, why should this not be 4.5? Because I literally have nothing wrong to say about this movie at all. I love this movie, but this did belong on Paramount Plus or whatever it's on, Disney Plus, whatever the fuck it is. Like this, if this was at the movie theater, I feel like I would have wasted money. Whereas I think Raya the Last Dragon is not as good as this, but it makes sense to go see it because that movie's beautiful. There's moments, dude, where I regret not seeing that on a big screen. Like it's fucking beautiful. Encanto, extremely beautiful, and there's things I don't like about Encanto, whereas I love this movie. But I could see why you would want to see Encanto at the movie theater because that first musical scene, the house is doing all this crazy shit and blah blah blah. It's like it makes sense to go see it at the movie theater. This movie, I was kind of mad that this wasn't gonna have a theatrical release, but now watching it, I get it. Yeah, this should have been. It's right where it needs to be. So 4 out of 5 for me. But what do you feel about that, Jet? Like, do you agree with the fact that this, or what, with my opinion that maybe this should have been not at the theater?
I feel like it actually should have been in both. Because I honestly do think this movie looks gorgeous. Like everything, like how the animation is done was really great. And I feel like actually seeing that on a big screen would just make it even better, especially like the facial expressions and everything like that. The facial expressions in this movie were fucking fantastic. They were actually pretty fun. I'm actually mad that I didn't get a lot more screenshots. But how the characters look, the obvious anime influences with the character designs. Yeah, like I can see why someone wouldn't want to go out to the theaters to see this, but I mean, it couldn't hurt. I mean, it just make it look way better, especially with how bouncy everything is.
I can see that, I guess, because it does look good. I mean, but some people, this is like a joke that's been going on for a while, but like people keep making fun of like the Grubhub commercials, those fries commercials, where everyone's all like, they're animated, but they're really like round and bouncy and blah blah blah. They look like fucking gummy bear people. But this kind of looks like that too, almost like Mitchell's versus the Machines. But it's like Mitchell's versus Machines. I don't think I gave that a 5 out of 5, maybe a 4.5 out of 5. And I feel like Mitchell's vs. Machines is leaps and bounds better than something like this. And I think Soul is better than this. I think that other stories that have the same like generational issue, I feel like they do it better a little bit.
See, my thing was like with comparing the two, it's not really fair. Like comparing Soul to this isn't really fair because you're dealing with two different complete subject matters. While you might relate more to Soul if you're someone who's like way older and like literally right now, if you're dealing with the same thing that character in that movie was, where it's just like, what exactly am I doing with my life? I feel like my life is basically just wasted and I have nothing to show for it. That's a completely different message than something like, 13-year-old basically breaking generational trauma and realizing she is who she is. And she doesn't have to be perfect in order to impress her mom.
Yeah. They're talking about Shang-Chi. What's it called?
Shanghai or Shang-Chi? Because Legend of the Ten Rings is the Marvel movie.
Yeah. I think she just spelled that wrong. Whatever.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I love that movie's great.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. We watched that. Yeah, that was one of my favorite Marvel movies of last year, which there wasn't a lot.
Yeah,
of them,
definitely.
But anyways, what you call it? But yeah, what'd you rate this, Jet? I mean, I gave this a 4 out of 5. What would you rate this?
This would be a 4.5 out of 5. I actually really like the movie. Like you said, I don't have anything bad to say about it. Like the growing up in the 2000s, whatever. I was younger than what they are. Like how old was I? I wasn't even in double digits. I think I was like
7 or something.
Yeah, around that time, 2002. Yeah, it's like maybe 7, 8. Yeah, and then I remembered all this stuff. I remember the boy band stuff. I remember like people going crazy. I remember the fashion, all that shit. And the thing is, it's just like, well, I think back to just like, even my younger self was just like, man, I fucking hated that stuff. That shit's cringy. I knew people
Hmm.
who were into that stuff, and growing up now, just like, yeah, they did fucking act like this. And it's actually funny to me now. Actually, see, one thing I did actually very much relate to was when there's a certain scene at the beginning of the movie where everything actually just sort of starts, where this girl just like, oh, I don't like boys yet. That dude looks like a fucking hobo. Like,
Oh
you guys,
yeah.
you guys are attracted
Yeah, I
to that
remember that
shit.
shit.
And when she
Yeah.
goes home, she's like, it's kind of, oh no, this drawing that I did actually looks like this person. Let me just go draw some more and some more. And then she just has
Yeah.
these fucking anime drawings of this fucking person. It's like, yeah, I remember that shit. I didn't draw any real people, but it's just like, I remember drawing shit like that. Like the fucking pecs and shit, the fucking muscles drawing exactly like that, the fucking Dorito
Wait, so
face.
so wait, hold on. Did you draw me like that?
I draw you? I haven't drawn you at all.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Here's
you
the
should.
potato head figure.
Yeah. Oh, see, you insulted
That's
my fucking big ass head.
no, you just like potatoes a lot.
I feel like I'm lying.
I feel like you're just looking for any excuse to call yourself that.
Yeah. Well, no. Jet, continue.
Anyways, like there's certain things in this movie I actually do really relate to, and some things I actually wish that I did have growing up when that she had. I didn't grow up with generational trauma. Lucky for me, like that shit got broken. Whatever. There's
Yeah.
still some things that pop up or whatever, but it's not anything like generational trauma-ish. So at that point, I'm just like, I wish I could relate to this more, but I am relating to it in the fact that I've known people like this who dealt with incredibly strict parents who that was passed down to, or the fact like even now they still haven't stood up for their fucking parents. And it's just like when you watch this, it's just like I wonder if they would actually watch this movie and actually think like, man, I really wish I had this certain talk with my parents that I'm not always going to be their precious little kid, and that I'm going to go off and do other things. And I like this stuff. I like this stuff, and you're not going to hold me back anymore. Your
Yeah.
trauma is not mine.
That might be a thing where maybe it can make people feel like they can have that conversation,
Yeah.
or it'll be something where if they're not going to have that conversation because they're too scared to have it, maybe just like fill some kind of void or whatever.
Oh, there's so many people who cannot stand up to their parents whatsoever, and it's just kind of like you're
Yeah.
always going to be under them because you will basically not put up boundaries or basically say like, yeah, you are your own person, I'm not doing this anymore, because it's just like they fear not like being loved anymore. And it's just like, and this movie might give you a few pointers on how to do that, this and Encanto.
Yeah.
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 And
For
can't
sure.
tell more so, in my opinion, but yeah.
But speaking of your opinion, man, what would you rate this?
I guess it's weird because like I watched this movie and I honestly did not think I would be the only one that didn't like it. Like I thought it was a situation where it's like I'd just be the biggest, like most vocally hating about it, but I thought you guys would be like somewhat at least agreeing. The fact that it's just like, oh, I was like, okay, did I miss something? It's like, no, I did not like the main character. Like when they're doing all of the cringy 2000 shit, I was rolling my eyes and wishing it would fucking stop. All of her friends just felt like they were one note characters that had almost they might as well just been a blob of fucking side character blob, because they all just they never are separate, they're always fucking together and they only just show up like every single plot point they're a part of, they're always this part of this blob, and it didn't feel like they had any characterization on their own. The as far as some of the stuff we talk about, the emotion and the trauma, it's like, yeah, that's interesting, but I feel like the movie didn't focus on that as much as I personally would have liked, versus something like Encanto, which that was majority of the movie, which is why something I connected more, even with even though again I didn't go through any of the same stuff in either one of these movies. But when it came to Encanto, especially, my favorite song from there is Surface Pressure, because like, okay, I've seen that and I get that. With some of the stuff in here, I'm just like, fucking, like, it was a mix of like, I remember what it was like back then, because in the early 2000s I was like, I wasn't double digits. I'm 31 right now, so I was depends on when it is. Without 2000
like
exactly,
12.
I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I would have been 10 years old in 2000. So let's say 2002, 2004, I would have been 12 to 14. I would have been just starting high school. So it's like, yeah, I remember this kind of shit. And just seeing that again, I'm like, oh my fucking god! It felt like I was going right back to there. So it just made me mad just watching these characters. So when they were going through their trauma, I just stopped fucking caring, except for a couple moments near the fucking end. But it still felt like they had to shove in that stupid bullshit. Like, we're going in the middle of, she wants to, be who she wants to be, but then it's also doing these fucking stupid shit. I'm like, oh my fucking god,
Yeah,
this is so
because
infuriating.
part of growing up is doing stupid shit.
I know, but it was so stupid all the time. Like, at least in Encanto, the main character was like a pretty like rational, like what was going on, and it felt everything. Even if she did things that weren't Maribel, like even if Maribel in Encanto wasn't necessarily doing stuff that was necessarily the smartest thing to do, it made sense what she was doing. With this, I'm just like, I'm almost on your mom's side.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sometimes, but her mom, though, that fucking her mom was going through some crazy bullshit. Like, I guess it's in the trailer, but when she's like trying to like go to the school and the dude in the turban, I'm like, holy shit, they got a dude in a turban. Fucking tries to get her off. That shit was hilarious.
That mom literally embarrassed the fuck out of her at the beginning.
Ooh, I felt so bad for her.
Just like, oh man, I know fucking parents that would do that. Ooh, ooh.
I could not take that. I was like, oh, I could literally, I was squirming. I was embarrassed for the character in that scene. Oh my god. But again, there are moments like this isn't like a total like failure. But there were times where like I fucking can't stand this movie. But again, there were moments that I enjoyed. The animation is fantastic. It's it stays its length. Like I do wish it was longer. If this movie had an extra 45 minutes to just focus on some of the stuff that I liked a little bit more, I probably would have given it a better rating. For me, it's probably just 2 out of 5. Like I don't hate it. I'm not giving it a fucking 0 or 0.5. I'm not crazy. There were enough stuff that's objectively good about the movie, but there's just so much stuff that weighs it down. That if it was more focused on the stuff that I enjoyed, I would have given it a way better rating. Because again, I've seen Encanto twice. I would, if someone said to watch it again, fuck yeah, let's watch it again. Because I enjoy it. A movie feels like it can appeal to a lot of people, and it does everything that it wants to do very well. Where this, I just feel like it doesn't do it as well as other movies. Like you mentioned, Raya the Last Dragon. I fucking hated that movie too. Even though there's some stuff I liked about it, because their whole entire thing was friendship solves all problems. I'm like, okay, that's a decent message, but you did it really, really poorly. Where I feel this didn't do it as well as it could have. Or as well as the movie thinks it did.
I get you. I mean, I totally see where you're coming from. I mean, I didn't agree with you, but like I totally see how if you're a person who what.
Right. It's like at least you're not insulting the animators and calling them bean mouths. I don't even.
Yeah, is there somebody like? Is there a famous person who did that? Like some kind of like asshole blog dude?
There's been this these reviewers going around saying they don't like the art style, blah blah blah, and then they're also saying like
well, because bean mouth is
they don't like
term,
they
right?
don't like it because and saying they don't like it because of the fact they don't relate to being an Asian girl in Toronto.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's like when women make movies or in general, it's like, oh, like I don't care about whatever because I don't fucking feel. It's like that's always it's like it's not.
You know what
me.
they can relate to? Being a superpower super soldier for the 1940s.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, stupid shit.
like superheroes you could relate to, even if you've never been through what they're going through, but they're also inspiring. Much like how these movies are. You don't have to relate to the people there, but you can connect to them and be inspired by them. I particularly
people on
wasn't.
Cartoon Twitter are saying they look like Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit also is pretty great looking for it being like stop motion. Like it's pretty great.
No, I kept getting Hey Arnold.
Well, really quick. So I got your rating there, Alan, and I did ask Jeff for a rating, but I moved on because I was like, let me see what he thinks. But technically, you still didn't give your rating, your numeric rating.
I thought I did. I gave it a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. Okay, maybe I just wasn't fucking.
Oh yeah, she did say it, so you didn't cut her off. You did say it. I remember her.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so 4.5 from Jet, 4 out of 5 from me, and a 2 out of 5 from good old Shakazine. So pretty cool. I feel like at least no one here hated it. Like, or like you said, you hated it in the beginning. But I feel like 2 out of 5 still means like, you know what, like.
Well, as soon as I finished the movie, I'm like, this is a definition of a 2 out of 5. Whereas like in Kendall, I think I gave it a 4 because again, how much I fucking love that movie, especially seeing it again. Like, yeah, it's good. But with this, it's just like, yeah, there are things that I wish I liked this more than I did.
Are you basically just saying that you're a fan of musicals?
Fuck no, I fucking hate musicals.
I'm watching you.
What are you watching me? I fucking hate Rent. I'm still mad that we had to watch Rent. Fuck you, Aaron.
That's one musical, and I don't like Rent either. But I'm on to you.
What do you mean on to me? Name me 2 more of the musicals that I liked.
Yeah. You're gonna become a person that likes musicals. I could see it.
No, name me 2 other ones. Go ahead, since I like them so much.
You run away from musicals literally all the time, so I can't say if you sit down and watch them. But
Exactly.
the thing is, if you actually sit down and watch them, I'm actually pretty sure you actually like musicals. I think this is your coming to Jesus moment.
No, it's not. I just like the
you can't
Encanto.
admit to it, man. I mean, that's not a big deal.
You just go fuck yourself too.
Like you brought up Surface Crush in a lot of the songs a while. I'm just like, you must really like that shit.
I like that. I like that song a lot.
You must really like some musicals, Alan.
No, I just like that one because again, it spoke to the character. It was incredibly emotional and it fit within the movie. Sometimes musicals where it's like, oh hey, this person's having a heroin overdose. Let's just sing and suddenly they're okay. It's like, are you fucking high? I mean, I guess you are because you're having a heroin overdose.
Yeah, what is that? I was like, holy shit. The next movie we're gonna talk about really quick though, and once again, like this is like just a talk about, it's a recap. We're not gonna go super in depth about it because for one, I don't think there's a whole lot to go in depth about this. We said the in depth stuff for Bit Bounty, just put that out there, y'all. But this is actually up for an Oscar. This is Coda. Now, Coda is a movie about this girl named Emily, or no, not Emily, Ruby. She's played by Emily Jones, who apparently I think she's a real singer. I'm not entirely sure. But the thing is, though, is that her family here in this storyline is they're all deaf, and she's the only one part of this, 4-person family who's not deaf. The thing is, though, is that her dad, he's fishing, he's doing all this stuff to make money, whatever, but he's working for an asshole, and she's like, look, I'm just gotta excel in school. I have any way to get out here at all, it's going to be through, music and just my talent to sing.
She can't even excel in school either because she sucks.
well, I mean, like
damn, Jeff.
No, they literally said that in the fucking movie, like straight up, like, yeah, your grades are shit. So you ain't going to college.
A movie I can relate to.
Okay, Jesus.
I had so like especially at that like whatever age Ruby is, she's looking at what 15, 16. Yeah. I was fucking up in school at that point.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. No, she in this movie she's a senior, so I believe they said she is 17 or 18.
No,
okay.
She's 17.
Okay.
She's 17, but the thing is though is like she's able to sing, and the whole movie is really just a story about like, hey, like. She's gonna try. I mean, dude, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is the most paint by numbers ass music story. Like, once upon a time, someone thinks they have a talent, and then they do, and then they win it all because I am awesome and happy days are
because the camera's on me.
Yeah, exactly. But
no, like it's an underdog story because this girl basically came from a family of people who can hear and she can sing.
Yeah, and that's magical in itself. Even though some people call bullshit, and even I was calling bullshit. In the first quarter of this movie, I hated it because there was so much singing and so much and bad singing, dude. Like I'm not, every music's subjective, blah blah blah. But it's to a point where like every time you have a moment like any of those like singing or talent show or High School Musical things, at least everybody has talent. They're like, oh,
not High School, bro. You remember High School talent shows? That shit was trash.
No, I mean like fucking movies, like you know these stupid movies that do that shit. I don't know what the fuck, because like they get real singers to do it. That's why they even made the movie. So, and I don't even like that shit. I don't want to hear good singing. I don't want to hear any singing. I want to watch a fucking movie. So it's like, it's annoying. But here, they're like really bad. Like legitimately, they're fucking terrible. And it fucking sucks. And I cannot stand it.
I don't think the people in it were terrible. It's just the songs that they chose were fucking terrible.
Well, yeah, and then it just seems like, I don't know if this is true or not. And you can tell me if I'm wrong, Jet. But like, I almost feel like the concept of what we were supposed to be watching, they were supposed to be bad, because the teacher was like, no, you gotta act like you're a doggy.
No, it's one of those stories where they're just like, it's one of those stories like, you haven't seen this episode, but I'm gonna use Victorious as an example.
Ah, fucking shit ass.
Listen, so the main character. I don't bring up fucking Victorious when I fucking
hate
that show was great.
Oh, don't you fucking Alan?
I like the show.
In LA, you're over there on the bed, dude. He got on the fucking bed, and I can't do it because I'm fucking fat, and I got this chair here. But like, he had like cross legs.
Fuck your definition.
Yeah,
I was just saying like this the whole time.
Yeah, and like this, like just paying attention, like.
It was a funny show.
Meanwhile, you're mad with fucking turning red.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your ass is watching fucking Victorious, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen?
Hilarious. Every now and then, like I was like with you, I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be some trash.
Oh my god, she's a hoot. She's such a hoot. Like, get the
fucking funny. At one point, one of the characters like never leaves the house, and it was like someone goes, "Hi," she goes, "Ah." I'm like, that was fucking hilarious.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, that's the shit that makes you white.
I laughed too. That shit. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that Victorious isn't funny because Victorious was fucking hilarious.
Oh, Yazoo fan. Why? You agree with them? What the fuck, man?
Look, I used to watch Hannah Montana when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah, I used to watch Hannah Montana when I was a kid.
Now you lost me.
Damn it,
dude.
Fuck, whatever. I'm dying on a lot of hills today, so fuck it.
Yeah, to be honest, I would bully the fucking hell.
You already do.
I wouldn't bully you for watching Victorious, but I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, that shit's funny, isn't it? But if you were telling me you watch Hannah Montana, I'd be like,
I don't give a fuck. I'm dying on enough hills today.
Yeah, I don't think there's a hill that you're gonna find that you won't die on, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
there's a couple.
But Jet, so the Victorious episode you're talking about, you said that it was also dumb?
Yes. So I see this kind of as a certain episode of Victorious, or just a Victorious in general. The main character Victoria Justice, was brought to this special school because of her one accident that happened. Her sister couldn't perform or whatever, so she had to come on perform a fucking song or whatever. And when she sings, everyone's just like, "Oh my god, you have an amazing voice! You should come on and just go to this special school where basically you learn about acting and like set up behind the scenes and singing. You'd be great." But then it's just like, okay, she's actually pretty good at singing. All right, that's fine. And then you actually hear some of the other characters who can sing. It's just like, Victoria Justice ain't shit. These other characters can fucking sing. But the thing is, there's a certain episode where these two characters actually do sing, and they got treated like, oh well, yeah, you're not very good. Just get out of here. And here comes fucking Victoria Justice, and all of a sudden she sings. It's like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. Oh my god, she's fucking killing it at fucking karaoke. Oh my god, I'm about to fucking do the fucking splits. This is so good. And it's just like, now, one of the characters that was said not to be singing as great as Victoria Justice was someone we know now, Ariana Grande.
And they're right.
No.
Yeah, I said it. She's not a great singer.
Another one was Jade. Both those two singing were way better than Victoria Justice, but Victoria Justice, because her name was basically in the title of the show, she was shown as like, oh, she's literally better than everyone, when in actuality, she was very, very average. That's what I get from this movie when it comes to her singing. She's good, but during that beginning scene where there's people in the choir singing, there's a couple people that sound like they had way better voices than her.
Jet, I fucking hate Victoria.
Oh, yeah, Mauricio got it. I think we all sing well.
Oh God,
Don't save me.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
be
want to
honest.
be saved. Don't save me.
You're gonna
You
make
don't wanna
me
be
spoil
saved.
my review for this, Jet, just because.
I
of
said
that
what I
fucking
said.
rant.
I said what I fucking said.
Are we
I
reviewing
think-
Victoria or this movie?
Exactly, and like I'm at a point I'm not gonna say
No,
don't
like,
don't
here's the thing.
disrespect Coda.
I literally made my comparisons.
No,
When it comes
and that's
to
a
this,
nice comparison.
the main character in fucking Coda reminds me of how people treated Victoria Justice in fucking Victorious. Oh my god, she's so amazing. But then there's other people who actually were in the choir who, during their small performances, their short performance that they gave, actually sounded better, and yet the teacher giving all like their attention to Emily or whatever her name, Ruby Riot. I'm gonna start a riot.
Wrestling reference for y'all. So what I was gonna say is don't disrespect Coda by comparing this to Victoria's any longer, because Coda is actually doing something fucking even slightly different. Yo,
Just subscribe.
subscription, yes, thank you very much there.
It seems
British
like the more times you're wrong, Nick, the more people subscribe. So keep it up.
Yeah, hey, guess what? Fuck you. But no, dude, by the way, you like Victoria? It's like shut the fuck. Like really?
Yeah. So fuck you.
Yeah. Anyways, all I'm gonna say is Coda. What I liked about this, because even though it's doing somewhat of the same shit, one thing I really appreciate about this is the fact that after that first quarter of seeing all that bullshit happens, the movie starts becoming such a character-driven movie to the point where like we're seeing characters lose their jobs or maybe potentially have new businesses. You know, I'm not gonna spoil what actually happens there, but like all these things are happening and are all based around like the inclusion of everybody in the family, because everybody in the family has a very, very important role, including the one who can talk. And they show you what it's like when she's not there, when she cannot be part of the family because she's trying to, get to know another boy or whatever, because she's going through her thing and she's lonely, she has no life, and she wants
The boy
to be
in here
dating.
can't. I'm gonna be honest. The boy in here can't sing. I did not like his voice whatsoever in this fucking movie, and the fact that he got so much attention from the fucking teacher too made me really fucking mad.
Well, no, because like that's a actually really smart thing though. Is like they kind of keep bringing up that he's not good, but he has a guitar and he has her, and the fact that they're paired together, she's building him up, and he's like found a foundation of like making her stand out.
Literally could have paired her with literally anyone else, but you know what?
Not everybody else had a guitar.
There's a fucking choir. I'm pretty sure there's some fucking white kid in there who also can fucking play
But
guitar.
like, how many times we see that in music movies where it's like it's always the two best and they get paired up, and then something happens and then they don't get along, so then they're against each other. Ooh, best versus best. It's like this one's like, what if someone mediocre and then someone who no one expected to be amazing is amazing, and then they're together? It's like that's how a school thing would.
That's
go.
how the chat attack was formed.
Pretty much. No, yeah. I mean, like, literally, it took all of us to, have someone who is better to come on in, and then we want to be better, so then we're better than him. But they're like, hey, I want to be better. Blah, 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 blah. We build each other up. That's what
But
people
who's
do.
the best?
Well, that's me.
Who's the first good is the better question.
Huh. That actually is a good question. I'm not gonna say that on the show. I'll tell you afterwards. Because I ain't gonna fucking, like, not give myself that reward. mm. But yeah, that was the thing that I felt like was kind of like, that was cool to the point where, like, there's a point where someone's like, yo, I want you to sing to me while you're, fuck you, Mauricio. Ganjo is always the most popular one. I fucking hate that. But anyways, no, they fucking have this thing where, like, one of the deaf people is like, hey, I want to hear you sing, but he's like, no, he's doing sign language. He doesn't do that voice, but he rubs the daughter's throat while she's singing. And it was like one of the most emotional. Well, no, because I know I'm making it sound weird, but it's not.
I
weird.
I know what you mean. That probably helps sing. It's just that sentence just I don't know.
Well, no, because he loves her so much, but he can never enjoy her gift, and he's upset because he's deaf. So
okay.
the whole time is like, I mean, imagine the pain that is. That you want to go to recitals, you want to hear the beauty coming out of something that you created. This is your child, your love, everything, and then, like, you can never hear it. So he's like, let me just hear the vibrations, and he does that, and I was like, holy shit, dude, like, that's honestly really amazing storytelling. Like, I've never seen that in a movie before. That was incredible. And it's like, I've noticed that this is a thing lately with, like, certain actors. Like, there's an actress in Eternals and Walking Dead, and she's deaf, and she's basically the Flash character in Eternals, and she's fucking amazing. And in The Walking Dead, she's a potential love interest for Daryl, and she's amazing in there. And it's like, yeah, I love that these deaf people are getting lots of roles, and they are adding a lot of dynamic to some of these movies. And this movie has more dynamic than a shit ton of movies I've seen recently, and the shit barely has any fucking dialogue. So, yeah, with Coda, this is my recap review. So, once again, we're not going scene by scene, and, there's probably a lot more that we're not discussing. If Jen wants to touch on those things, she can. But me, I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 5. Shut the fuck up, Alan.
Oh yeah, Captain Matinee, Captain 3 out of 5.
No, it just makes sense to give it a 3 out of 5.
That's literally like the 4th movie in like 6 months.
Well, yeah, we watched a lot of movies, bitch.
Yeah, I know, and you give them the same fucking rating. The only time you ever fucking changed that up was Texas Chainsaw and Turning Red.
And Batman.
Oh yeah, and Batman.
And No Way Home.
That you get 5 out of 5, and you barely get.
There's
both,
there's a bunch. Like, what the fuck? There's like 20 fucking movies.
But those are also the most amazing movies ever.
Dude, I'm gonna grab you by your fucking.
If it's not the most amazing thing that's ever graced cinema, it's a 3 out of 5.
If you're fucking.
That literally. What are you covering my balls? What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, Al.
What?
Ow! Fuck!
Good. Fuck. Good.
Shut up!
I hope that hurts.
Shut up!
Take it like a man. Walk it off.
3 out of 5. Jet, what would you give this movie? Fuck Alan.
Personally, like, I know why this movie's like an Oscar contender, because everyone, like, the parts played by the family, they're actually very, very good. Like, everyone played. I don't actually know if they're actually deaf or just playing the part, but they were fantastic. And I have to give the movie that. Like, in the parts where it was emotional, because knowing, like, oh yeah, like my daughter who can actually sing, but I still need her around to be my translator, is honestly a very interesting type story. The thing is, it's besides the family being deaf, the whole singing part, whatever, I hated the singing parts, because I felt like they just weren't that good to me.
Hey, fucking elitist.
No, because
I hate the singing part because I know music.
If you're gonna have a fucking movie that has to do with fucking singing, the shit has to be good. And honestly, I already brought up my victorious comparisons. I hated this. Well, not hated, but I hated the music parts of it. They were the least interesting parts of the movie. And what else? There's something else I wanted to bring up about this. It just seems like your run-of-the-mill story, but just add in like a deaf family. It just didn't pull me in as much as I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Be pulled into it. And I went into this movie blind. I actually didn't know what the fuck was going to go on with it. But yeah, my biggest problems were honestly the singing parts. Because if you're going to have a movie that's half singing, I'm going to expect more.
Yeah.
So, The love interest parts not interesting to me. I thought they were very very flat and annoying, run of the mill.
Even when they kiss the first time and they're by that log, and it's like,
Get the fuck out of here. Uh, and then there's actually a romance scene where it's just like it comes out. There's a whole scene that basically just comes out of fucking nowhere. I'm just like, is this why it was also pushed to somewhat like best movie standards, the best picture in the Oscars? And it's something that we brought up multiple fucking times before, but I'm gonna mention it. It has to do with the brother in this movie. There's a scene where he's upset about something that goes on because the family are a bunch of fishermen, and something happens or whatever. He gets into an argument or whatever, and he goes off to drink. And Ruby's high school friend basically just like, man, your brother has been getting really hot lately. Maybe I'll talk to him. Blah 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 blah. And just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Don't talk to my brother because blah 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 blah. Like it's gross. Why don't you just go back to flirting with teachers? And it's just like, okay, maybe we're just done with that. The scene happens, and they're at the brothers at the bar, obviously mad about something. Someone spills a drink on them, and then a fight gets out or whatever, beats the shit out of them, blah blah blah. And then she just comes up and she's just like, yeah, like that dude deserved it. Yeah, anyway, here's my number. You want to talk and blah blah blah. It ends it with them basically having sex. It's just like,
yeah,
why was this here?
Very, very needless.
Why the fuck this? I'm really trying to think why was this here? Because the thing is, she doesn't really appear in the movie much afterwards, except to tell the family, "Oh, your daughter's actually good at singing." That's it. Why was that part fucking needed in the first place? Because she adds really nothing after that. So
yeah,
just like,
it's just him being mad at his sister.
Yeah, and the thing is, he even brings up the fact, like when she's texting him, like, "Huh, you work here? You're not even old enough to drink." So this is a high schooler. So she's either 17 or 18. The sister's 17, and he obviously has to be over the drinking age. So he's either 21, 22, or 23. I'm going to put it around there. Why do they always do that? It was a part that wasn't really needed. I'm just really thinking, like, did you guys put this in this fucking movie just to make sure you guys really got that Oscar spot? Just put it in some random spot with, like, a possibly underage girl just making out with, like, this dude for literally no reason.
Yeah, and
the Academy loves that shit, as we know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's manufactured at this point. It's like that happens so often now. It's like fucking frustrating. It's
like why is this? I'm really trying to think why the fuck was this here? Like to get those two together, but it's just like you could have did that in a different way that would have made this I don't know, more interesting or whatever, or at least have her the friend be at least maybe older than like Ruby or whatever, maybe a year or so older. It wouldn't be as weird, but still pretty weird. But yeah, I wish I could have liked this movie more, but for the most part, nah. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5.
2.5 out of 5 out of 5. I mean, you're not too different than me. I gave it a 3. So, you know. Oh, but no one's going to give Jet any shit, right?
Well, because Jet doesn't do the same 3 fucking ratings.
No, she doesn't. Well, like,
thank you for agreeing with me.
No, but wait, like, I mean, that's half the fucking ratings. Like, what? How many movies are fucking complete zeros? And by the way, you've never given a 5 out of 5. So, like,
yeah, and I never will.
Yeah, but see how fucking dumb that is? See how
no, because again, 90%, like 65% of your fucking reviews are 3 out of fucking 5s. You literally get Baby Boy and Lady in the Water 3 out of 5s. And I'll never forgive you for that.
Alan,
I'll
slap the fuck out of you.
Is that a pen?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll slap the shit out of you. I will smack the fucking shit out of you. Keep talking that shit to me, you motherfucker.
So this is very, 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 very random. But like I have Zoom open and whatever, and then I also have Google Hangouts open. And someone just sent a fucking message.
Oh yeah.
And, while you guys are talking, the Zoom is on like the other side of my fucking screen, so all I'm seeing is like fucking Luigi butt cheeks.
What?
Yes. Just roll with it, bro.
Oh, damn. Okay. Can I show this?
No.
I mean, she's fully dressed, I guess, but it's just like
that's
ridiculous. Like the whole time while I'm giving my review, I'm just looking at
photoshopped. I don't know why.
The whole time I'm giving my review, I'm just looking at fucking bodacious badonkadonk.
Not necessarily the ads, but just like the way her hips like. I'm like, did someone fucking Photoshop that? I don't know.
All right, well, that's enough. That's enough show for
today. You sure?
That's enough. It's just people. That's what the other call's like. If it's not that, then it's Jet posting some fucking boar's head, some pig fucking half dead and shit.
Gaslighting means to think he's buying a fucking bunch of fetal pigs in goddamn jars.
Yeah.
I didn't get that, but I did
Can
get
we
a
stop
coyote
using words like gaslight? I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm so
gaslighting
sick of having to
means
remember that shit.
Nick, what are you talking about? You talking about gaslighting the whole time yesterday.
Oh really? Oh, is that what happened?
Basically, gaslighting is basically making someone sound crazy.
You're nuts. I've never gaslighted my entire fucking life. You're a crazy person.
It was a joke. Nick.
And also, you gaslighted me earlier by saying that I give fucking insane ratings.
You don't know what it means, but suddenly you're an expert.
Oh, yeah, because I learn now. Because I'm a smart learner. I'm a quick learner.
You're literally going to forget about it in a week.
I like doing this pen thing.
I mean, I like to say I gaslight, girl boss, and gatekeep.
Well,
yes,
you certainly
do.
gatekeep. That anime shit. Just
and
like,
for some reason, I'm
fucking...
her victim at all times for gaslighting. I don't know why she picks me.
You gatekeep
I
too.
don't just gaslight you. I gaslight everybody.
Nah, you've been nah.
What's the word you use for like throwing someone downstairs? Like preferably women.
I use Nick Diaz.
Really? So you use me to throw down women? Damn, that's fucking crazy, dog. All right,
you're so happy to throw down women's rights all the time. So
no, you're mean. So anyways, guys, watch Alan. He's over there on his own channel called Birdman Throws People Down Some Stairs.
The new segment.
TV. No, on twitch.tv/Birdman Alley. But tell me what you got planned up, man. I know you got some things going on, right? Like
I was I had errands to run today. I was gonna play some games, but I've been playing Smash Bros a lot. I'm trying to actually get the Smash Elite. I was doing really good one day and then just lost like 2 million GSP over the course of like 5 minutes. So that's been really crazy. But I've been playing just basically playing a lot of multiplayer games. I really got to get back to the long plays. I was just stuck in this really stupid part in Dead Space, but I managed to get past that. So probably like again next Thursday I'll go through and just get back to somewhat of a normal schedule because I got a lot of new tech around that I want to play around with. Just and I've been organizing my room up a little bit. I know it still looks like a fucking battle zone behind there, but trust me, it's getting there. But yeah, just gonna go right back to normal schedule, but adding a lot of new stuff. I mean, Nick gave me a great idea to play Warzone on my fucking PS5. I can log the fuck in, which I can't.
Yeah, gaming 2022, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, I played on PC, but I can't fucking run into the exploit or make my computer explode.
It's almost like it's gaming in 2020.
It's almost like no one likes you or listens to you.
No, it's almost like if you would listen, you would, be aware.
And listen, and what's your aware advice to just
just not to be an idiot. I mean, like, because you're shocked by this information and you look like you're upset.
I'm not shocked. I'm just mad. Because I'm like, fuck, I want to play this. Now I can't. I can't even play the game, let alone play it on stream.
But what I'm saying is, if this happened to, like, a lot more people and they were all just mad instead of like, well, we'll work one day, you guys could actually make a difference. All you fucking nerds can get together. Go, I'm in my mom's basement. And you all can get together and you can make a difference. But you fucking nerds want to sit there with your Cheeto Puffs and your Jube Jubes and you don't want to get together and tell these companies to stop fucking you over and taking your money. Why don't you do something about it?
Jube Jubes. I am doing something about it. I'm not playing their fucking game.
Can I see one of the red jujus? Just hold it to the camera.
I don't like jujubes.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull this thing up really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they're just gummy bears, right?
Nah, gummies not. Gummies very.
No, they're like year-old fruit snacks.
At all. She's just a hater. I don't like gummy bears. At all. I had them recently. I don't like gummy bears.
Yeah,
well, it depends because gas station ones are terrible.
They're too soft for you. They're not out. They
shut the hell up! Oh, why don't we put some sriracha sauce on here? Maybe you'd enjoy it.
Sure would. Sure fucking would. At least they'd be nice and soft and hot.
Dude, that is one thing about you both. It's like I think Alan's weird, but Jet. But Jet,
they're fucking delicious and soft. They're the super soft juice.
The thing is Jet's shit is fucking like she's so crazy with her shit. I mean, she ate sardines.
Eating cockroaches out of fucking ice cubes, and you're saying give me shit about jubes.
No, you know what? Like sardines are worse. Like the fact that she had sardines, and then she put hot sauce in the sardines, dude. I'm like getting sick talking about it.
How do you do you just shit ice fucking salt cubes at this point?
You say ice cubes?
I don't know. She's weird. She probably does. Well,
like, imagine there's a bunch of ice cube faces.
I mean, she's fucking cold all the time, so it would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Bittersweet. Yeah. Like, how the fuck are they
People
edible?
that put sardines on fucking pizza are cracking.
Like, dude, Jet's gonna do so good in the fucking apocalypse, dude. I swear to God.
No, she won't.
Yeah, she will. She'll be able to eat anything. She's like, oh, is that sand? Fucking.
What are you talking about? This woman eats, unless it's like cooked in sodium, she doesn't eat it.
Oh, bittersweet, you can't talk now. Coming from someone who enjoys anchovies. Anchovies? What the fuck?
What are
Even
the
fucking
difference?
the Ninja Turtles were like, yo, no anchovies.
Are they your health experts?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you bring that up?
No, because even turtles don't like fucking anchovies. The ninja ones,
No, they do like anchovies.
They
I don't
said
think
no
they do.
anchovies. Yeah, they were like, hey, no anchovies. Bleh. And then the guy was like, I
Yeah,
don't give
and
a fuck,
then
you're a
the-
turtle.
Yeah, and then they learn to eat them.
Sorry,
Because
what?
they live in the fucking sewer. They're eating most of the time. They're eating fucking poo particles anyway.
Do you like penicillin on your pizza?
The fuck does that mean?
No, penicillin is an antibiotic.
Yeah, I know what penicillin is. Why the fuck are you putting penicillin on a fucking
You
pizza?
don't even
What?
know. Oh, should I look at this? Ryan just posted
I'll
something.
do
I'm
it. I'll
scared.
look at it just to make sure it's not some bullshit.
Okay.
Oh no, it's fine.
No, well, I'm scared though.
Spoiled candy?
Oh,
I
this-
had something
crackhead.
like that before.
yeah, this
Again,
does look like legit.
crackheads. There's
special
so
here.
much food in the world from so many different cultures, and you guys eat like you're college students.
Is this for real?
It can't be real. Like
I
some
mean,
of those might be
literally,
real. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just different ways you can eat them.
No, it's not real. He said from a cloudy chance of fucking cloudy balls or meat. Cloud,
No, that's just
cloud
an
chance.
example. Yeah, I mean, like that's just eat them regular.
I gotta say that right.
Like,
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Fuck, that was hard to say. All right. Anyways, I'm sorry. I get irritated when that doesn't make cloudy with a chance
Get
of meatballs. That makes
irritated
no
by
sense.
foods you'll never eat.
No, but the phrasing of that, it's a fucking it's stormy with a chance of cocknuts. Like, shut the fuck.
What?
It's just
The-
weird. It's just
the-
a bunch of random words made to make a fucking
It's
movie's name.
not
It's
actually.
dumb.
The movie's about the dude that manages to convert water into food particles.
For real?
Yeah, that's the entire movie. And then I guess the thing goes haywire, and now it's like raining food.
Well, never mind. We should end the show. Goodbye, everybody. We'll be back. Oh,
Goodbye.
there's one more. No, there's actually one more. This is gonna be a sour note, but we gotta say it now because I'm not gonna bring this up anymore after today.
Oh, I'm fired.
No, you know what this is, right?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, because I just want to say, I want you guys to know there's no personal thing going on. But I'm gonna be bringing up the Twitter from Ganja Guru as well as Birdman Alley. But the Metropolis Collective is, I think, pretty much gone. So with that being said, just so I don't say the wrong thing or bring up any bad feelings, Alan, where to find the Illuminati podcast? Because that's still continuing, correct?
It is continuing. We have to discuss it because there's an episode already we already did an episode. We're probably gonna record one in the next couple of days. I'm not honestly, I'm not 100% sure at the moment. If anyone follows the podcast, it'll probably still be uploaded there for the next little while. But there's gonna be a reshuffling going down. So when I know the information, I will let you guys know on the show.
Okay, cool. But just so you guys know, like, we'll be bringing up like their personal social handles, and right now, if you guys want to continue watching their stuff or whatever outside of Chat Tag, make sure to follow them literally on their social handles. If you go to Birdman Alley on Twitch, he has his Instagram, everything posted there, and then obviously Twitter at Ganja Guru, Red Ganja Guru on Twitter. So check that shit out. But at that point, we are out of this motherfucker. I gotta restart the song. There it goes. Yay, I did it right. Let me see if I can find a VLC. There it is. Bye bye. Stay toasty. Attack the chat. See you guys tomorrow for the fucking post show. Video games. It's going to be happening probably W2K22 or Dying Light 2. But my god, that game blows. Stay toasty, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
it's not my fault you have the attention span of a turtle.
It's fucking awful. Walking around, oh, which way did I go, George?
Oh no, there's a story in this video game. How dare they?
Oh, why not? Hey, why make a game? Maybe just make a story and then people just sit there and have to fucking look at it the whole time. Fuck
This
making a
is
movie.
an entire parkour combat system based on momentum, but apparently you don't think it's a game.
Yeah, well, no, it's fucking awful. And also, too, it's just like the first game. It's like designing a
Really
sequel.
not in any way.
You know what? We can keep
sure.
going with this. The show's already over. We're still going.
I don't care.
I hate
You're
you.
still wrong.
I hate your fucking pussy.